working with the technique to neutralize negativity and negative thoughts, which seem quite pervasive in society because the negativity is outweighing the positive, and I'm also creating actualized reality through imagination. It's like Elijah Long says that you run these experiments and they try to help your life and reconfigure your brain. And right now, I'm in a really good place. It bolstered me against traffic yesterday. It bolstered me against other people's energies. And also ciphered them into something that I could actually use. A form of contentment that you feel like when you're unboxing presents when you're a kid. So you can actually get to that state, and you are in the state all the time. It's just making it so it's actualized. I mean, it is right now. It's just the fact that we are unconditional love, and that comes through um, all the time. And God is always with you anyway, because He's omnipresent. He's always with you. So you are actualized love already. It's just a matter of discovering it again. And active imagination is the best way. The guy also pointed out that people take too much fluoride and it puts them into their ego. So, an ego is separation, and that means that potentially this separation from everything else is what causes suffering. It's interesting, all this active imagination component I've got down. I pretty much feel as if God gave me the toolkit on that old job I had to actually use severe imagination and create reality that way. The supposition is that basically you are creating a good life without lifting a finger, which is obviously very appealing, but it is actually quite, no, it's easy, but you just have to be able to focus. So, currently, I created this, I created this, I created this songbook, you know. I'll take all the credit, but because God's there, but if God's there, I'm here. And the idea is that this is a holographic framework that's creating this boy's life, this man's life. And ultimately you can get to different timelines, or whatever that means, but frequencies, like a radio station, you can tap into a better life, form version of yourself, and work that way from within. And then it displays without. And the other way to do it, as opposed to that introverted way, is the extroverted way, where you get feedback from your environment and you continue to learn. So everything, even the negative, is a learning process. You don't label it, you actually go through the waves. The thing is about just observing what occurs. So you don't become detached to the negative, you neutralize it that way. So you do a mixture of neutralizing and creating positive through active imagination. So neutralizing is basically a negative thought occurs, which is often, really, especially if you're in traffic or something, and you don't react. It's just an observer effect, because you realize you are just observing. You are the awareness observing. So, and that is God, that is unconditional love to some extent, but it's perception anyway. So, yeah, you're just observing, and it neutralizes it completely. I didn't have a heart attack during traffic yesterday. It's quite easy, actually. I had one of the best drives I've had in a long time. So, yeah, and then you actualize through imagination. That's really just picturing, and it makes your reality right now. Yeah. And then the counterbalance with that is, I heard a girl say that she's not as good at her waiting job, and she doesn't mind. So she'll probably phase out of that job into something better, because she's less present, because she's actualizing and becoming uh, more of this awareness observer. She's she's not as present actually because it detaches you somewhat. That's it. Because you are this barrier to some extent. But to siphon this stuff, I think you need a filter um, because it's just too lucrative uh, in an antagonistic way, rather an antagonistic way. So yeah, that's pretty much the process I'm working with right now. You know, I created all these props. I created Robin Williams. I created. I don't know why he's coming up. He's like a law of attraction thing. So I brought him up yesterday as well. All these songs, you know, like half, like 75% of these songs are songs that are really sick. That I mean, great. That's another negative word. But great songs that are sentimental to me specifically. I just came across. Um, I don't know. I heard today that the Matrix is the mind, and you're basically working with it. You might as well work with it positively. I was saying yesterday at acting class, like I don't really care for Joaquin Phoenix. He's an okay guy, I'm sure. But John Candy, in comparison, everyone loves him. He had a more positive impact on the world. I don't know if he was a better actor, but he used the positive spectrum of emotions and embodied them. And this Father Christmas guy, this lovable guy, and people loved him. And he had a great impact on people. And then he had a meaningful moment anyway. He exhibited these visceral things in planes, trains, and automobiles. Everyone loves him. He's a better man. But we're all one, apparently. And he's just an example of what you can be and what we've created. So we might as well perpetuate that positivity and keep on. And using methods like this, which perhaps get a negative thought, siphon it into neutrality by just looking at it and not attaching your ego or identity to it, letting it pass. And throughout the day, affirmations and imaginations that are real to this thing, this positive thing. Say, I love being rich. I love her. I love being in love with her. I love life. I love being rich. And it's before you go to sleep, before you wake, especially, because that's where we're in these states of frequency reception, like a radio station, where we go closer to the beta um, state that we were in when we were kids. So that's when you're receptive. And overall, you can become that all the time. You can get into that theta, beta, alpha, whatever, you know, all the time you can phase out. And being present is very great. And that all there is the present moment. And it's always a learning process. Even if you feel like you receive negativity and people have these inset rules that are metaphysically attached to them, that you feel viscerally as a person. They have rules as a person, how you should be, how they should be. And it's this contraction that you feel at the heart, and you start to siphon energy and lose it. Like, that's a learning process. That's overall a positive thing. And that's a transfiguration of the negative without just throwing it away into a neutral. That's a positive. They're teaching you a lesson. Everyone around you is teaching you a lesson. People are awesome. He's trying to teach me a lesson. These guys are trying to teach me a lesson. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, I have to work hard all the time. That's not it. It's the fact that they're teaching these very specific little things. Like Harlan Williams, the comedian, goes into. Like, he's kind of like a boomer guy, but he's a great guy because he actually looks at the subtle little things in his life, and he looked into that in his romantic relationships. He's been in a lot of romantic relationships, I'm sure, but he's had a lot of sentimental ones that just didn't work out. I mean, a few sentimental ones that didn't work out, and this one is going well, and he's in love, and he's very protective of that. but it's a give and take. Like if you feel you're siphoning off energy that way to someone, maybe you need to receive more to feel nourished. Like I look a bit thin at the moment, looking at the camera briefly. I probably need to take in more, just receive. And that's through the imagination, that's through the neutrality, that's through the transfiguration to positive. Yeah, be the positive spectrum, be John Candy, not the Queen. See ya.